Hey, what up everyone? I'm Cynical, and this is Dark Souls Remastered on PS4. It's part 29. I think I remembered it correctly this time. It's a running joke. And I'm almost always right, but I think I was wrong like once maybe. Here we are in the Tomb of Giants. Just finished up going back into the catacombs and getting pretty much everything. I mean, I didn't check if I got every single thing, but I'm pretty sure I got 90-something% of the items in the catacombs, which it's always my problem with these games. I'm in a weird mind state where I want to get every single thing, and if I know where something is, I just gotta get it. But I won't, like, search extra for stuff I don't know where it is. Like, you know what I mean? Like, sometimes I wanna, uh, just get through it, but I don't. Like, it's the pulling, tugging at me, like, I need to go get that item. What if I haven't gone here yet? I haven't gone here yet. Like, I know I can go here, I'm gonna go there. Like, even though to the detriment of the playthrough, you know, because sometimes, like you'll see in this video, it's definitely evident. I have to speed some things up. Even in this 39-minute video, I have to speed up a couple things because I keep going back and retrying this one thing to get this one item. It's like, but there you saw me get all my stamina, my endurance, my dexterity's all to 30 now, so that's pretty cool. Dexterity goes with my scythe, and here is Patches.
What, you again? Well, well. You've been a stranger. Good to see you well, mate. All right. You came at the perfect time. There's a fine stash of treasure right down that hole. I found it first, but we're friends now. I'll split it with you, in any case. Have a look. It'll shimmer you blind.
Now, this is the Patches event. We're going to do this, and I'm going to show you where the large divine ember is. Plus every item
There,
in the first part of this place.
Take a closer look. Where's the issue? What's your problem? Take a peep in the hole and check out that treasure.
It really wants me to look. And I screwed this up, and it was by accident, but I get the first part.
Take a peep.
I don't really screw it up, but I accidentally hit him after the whole event's over, and I have to fight him, so you got that to look forward to. Fight with Patches, this Patches event, and going into a dangerous area to get the large divine ember.
This is what I do, my friend. The trinkets I'll be stripping off your corpse, that's the real treasure.
So this is the Patches, Rhea, Petrus storyline. I think you can get a Firekeeper soul out of it. The whole thing, you know? You can get Patches as a vendor, which I screwed up. Miracles.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful. There are two fierce hollows not far from here. They were once brave knights, my former escorts. Who would let such strong spirits be hollowed so? Heavens, is there nothing at all to be done?
I can kill him for you.
You're no hollow, are you? Thank goodness. Please be careful.
Same thing.
Once brave knights.
I think so.
My former escorts.
So her
Heavens, is there
bodyguards turned hollow once they got pushed in the hole by Patches. So Petrus came down here with them. So it was Rhea, Petrus, and these two dudes. They come down here. These guys all get pushed in to this hole. I guess Petrus runs away. I don't know if he runs away at that point or maybe before. But he was supposed to be the third bodyguard, like the leader of these three guys. And he runs away like a chicken. And he doesn't want anybody to know that. And you can call him out up for it. And that's like the end of the quest line, kind of.
You banished those two hollows, did you? It pains me to think of the trouble my failings have caused.
Well, actually, it's not.
I'm certain that both Vince and Nico are grateful to you. Thank you so very much.
What really
Here,
happens, and I'm gonna
these
tell you
belong
because
to them. You deserve them more than
I'm not sure if we're gonna get it or not.
I am certain that both Vince and Nico thank you so very much.
That's all she says. But she, since you saved her, she ends up back at Firelink Shrine. But in like the parish, like the church undead parish part. And Petrus, since she knows that he ran away. Common miracle amongst cleric knights, gradual HP restoration. Beware of the cleric knight, blessed by replenishment, for he shall not fall easily. So seems like a cool spell, but I haven't used it very often. But it gives you regen, so. And I got a story about regen in a second. But yeah. So Rhea comes back because we just saved her. So Petrus ran away. He was supposed to protect her. So now she's back, and he's like, "Oh crap, you know. This girl's back that I was supposed to protect, and I ran away. I thought she was dead. Now everybody's gonna know that I ran away." And so he kills her if you let him. So you either got to kill him or let him kill her. And either way, I think you get a Firekeeper soul. But I think the way you definitely get it is if you let him kill her, because then there's just a soul in there. But she can also be a vendor, like a better one than him. So you gotta like kind of choose between, you want her as a vendor or do you want her Firekeeper soul to make your Estus Flask stronger? Which I would probably rather have the Estus Flask be stronger, but depends. Are you using miracles or not? And I'm not, so. But hopefully we get that whole quest line done, but we'll see. That's why I haven't killed Petrus yet. I remembered just now. It's not like I planned ahead, but... Oh, and then the story about the regen. In the only game I speedrun besides Gems of War, which I just started speedrunning, and I am not like super duper dedicated to it, but every once in a while I do it. And I'm not super duper dedicated to this either, but Dark Souls 2. You can get the Skull Lantern down here, by the way. I got one, luckily, by killing one of the Necromancers, but it's one of their drops. Regen. Dark Souls 2. I speedrun Scholar of the First Sin. You know, very casually. I can beat it in under 2 hours, you know. Which sounds impressive to somebody that doesn't speedrun the game, but to anybody that speedruns it, they know that that's not that impressive, because the speedrun's more like around an hour. So I'm an hour off of the world record. But it's kind of, you know, it's really hard. It's Dark Souls. Like, and I can beat it in under 2 hours. Dark Souls 2, like the one that everybody thinks is like the bastard stepchild, you know, which I like it. It's kind of like if you ever played Silent Hill games, like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Dark Souls 2 is the Silent Hill 4, you know, which I love Silent Hill 4 too. So, anyway, on the last boss of that game on the speedrun, if you're doing it right, you have a healing item that gives you massive regen. So you deliberately do a jump where you lose a little bit of health. You pop that regen before you go into the last boss, and then that regen is taken, and you just go hard on the. It's not the very last boss, but it's the 2 bosses before the queen. And you pop that regen, and you can just like go toe to toe. You don't care if they're hitting you, because that regen is so good. And you're just hitting them. As soon as it wears off, you got to get the heck out of there. But it makes it go super fast.
Well, let's just calm down. Talk about things. I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it. These temptations, they can, well, overcome me. You know what I mean, don't you? Please, forgive me. You and me, we're jolly undead outcasts, aren't we?
So here you want to say no, because he'll give you an item.
For sake, let's not mope about, eh? You're still alive. I said I'm sorry. Wait, I know. Here, take this. It proves something, doesn't it?
Twin Humanity's pretty good item too. He thinks he's sneaky. Like, oh, we forgave him.
I did you wrong, but I didn't mean it.
But if you say yes, you forgive him, I don't think he gives you that. So, I'm moving the controller around, probably making the sound. crazy. But another thing, make sure you have cast light or that lantern or something, because you're gonna need it as soon as you get in this place. You saw at the end of the last video, it was kind of crazy with just the lantern, and I luckily had that. So you either need to get like 14 intelligence or find that skull lantern beforehand, or get the sunlight maggot, which would mean you would have to go to like Izalith, or at least open up the shortcut or something first. So if you aren't planning on getting cast light or the lantern, but you want to have some sort of way to see down here, which you have to because it's dark, it's really dark. You have to almost, or you're gonna fall off the edge or get jumped by a couple big skeletons. But you can go to Izalith first and get the sunlight maggot. Like, you can do any of these areas in any order. There's the Tomb of the Giants, Izalith, New Londo, and the Duke Archives. And I've never I've never had a preference on which order to do them in. I kind of want to do Izalith next, I think, because I don't want to mess up the quest lines or and whatnot. And if you like, it's hard to keep those quest lines going. But same thing as I was saying earlier, like, I'm hemming and hawing about, should I try to get every quest line and every item and show everything I know about the game, or should I just charge through to the end so we can start something else? The views are telling me I should charge through to the end so we can get to something else, but my heart and my you know, everything else in me is saying, oh, I want to show you that I can do this and that, and the quest to this quest and that quest and this item and that item. And that was a stupid mistake on my part, using that attack, because it pretty much threw me off the ledge. So, first death, stupid one. That was my fault. They didn't kill me, I killed myself. So, here in a little bit, probably like 10 minutes from now, I'm going to speed up a couple segments, because I keep going after this same item that I just keep missing by a little bit. So, just wanted to let you know that ahead of time. Oh, and we're 12 minutes in. I'm such an idiot. I wanted to say, there's been a poll on the community tab. If you haven't voted yet, go vote, because I'm going to take it down, like, either today or tomorrow or something. I want to mention it in the Gems of War video, too, before, I should have mentioned it at the beginning of this video, but I'm an idiot. Make sure you go vote on that, because, looks like Final Fantasy VII is going to win. The poll is, which game do you want to see me play on the channel, like, once or twice a week, alongside of Gems of War? Like, it's not in place of Gems of War. It's not even in place of Dark Souls. I'm gonna finish this no matter what, this playthrough. I've already got 2, 3 Bloodborne on the channel completely finished. Like, why would I not finish this one? And this is my favorite game anyway, like, out of all those, so maybe Bloodborne is kind of close, but anyway, go vote on that. The choices are Resident Evil 7, Outlast, The Evil Within, and then Sekiro and Final Fantasy VII Remake. And I really was trying to load it up with horror games, because I kind of wanted to do a horror game. But then Sekiro I want to play at some point no matter what. So whether you guys voted in or not, I'm going to get it and play it eventually. So we're just putting it off. But, because I got to play it. And then Final Fantasy VII I just put on there as an RPG. You guys like Gems of War, maybe you like an RPG. It's a new game, which is good. And it's a game I've played before. Like, I haven't played the remake, but I played the original. So I wouldn't be totally lost, but it would be something new. And then, like, I looked into it, I'm like, dang, that game costs a lot of money. And it's only the first episode or whatever. There's going to be, like, more episodes after, so you're going to have to buy more. So it's the super duper most expensive one, but I don't know. If anybody wants to join up, that would help. Because that game is expensive, dude. I mean, it's like at least $50, and then you're going to have to buy, like, at least 2 more. It's going to be, like, end up being, like, $150 just to play that game. And I can't, like, buy the first one and not finish, like, I might have to buy it digitally and just however cheap I can, you know. I'm going to just have to get it the cheapest way possible. Which I hate buying things digitally. The only thing I play digitally on the channel is Gems of War. This is not digital. I bought a hard copy of this game. I have a hard copy of Bloodborne, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 3, Dark Souls Remastered. They're all hard copies. And whatever you think about hard copy versus digital, hard copy you can resell for way more money. It keeps its value. Digital copies, you never know. Like, something could happen where you couldn't play your game. With a digital copy, I can always play my game. Like, I don't know exactly, like, all the ins and outs of digital versus hard copy. I'm not, like, into that kind of stuff, so I don't know everything about it. But it seems to me like the argument is, you know, digital is the new thing. It's cheaper, whatever. It's easier, whatever. And then hard copy is, it'll never be something you can't play. Like, for some reason, I'm not sure 100%, but I think with digital, one day, like, say 20 years from now, you have the digital version of Final Fantasy VII Remake. 20 years from now, something could happen to where they don't support that anymore, or your system, I don't know. Anyway, I feel like with digital, there's some way that eventually it's going to be worth a zero because you can't even play it anymore. Because I don't know. But with the hard copy, I have that thing in my hands. It's worth something. I can sell it to somebody else. I know you can sell digital copies. I've seen them on eBay, but I'm not sure how that works and if it's really, you know, above board or not. I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I don't know much about it. I'm more a hard copy person, like old school hard copies. You get to look at the manual, you get the case, you got the disc, you keep the disc nice, you keep the case nice. Then it's worth more, because if you scratch up the disc and rip up the manual and lose the case, then it's worth less. It's like it's worth more because it's something that you hold and keep nice. A digital copy you can't hold and keep nice. It's it's air in the freaking. You're buying air. You're like buying time. I'm buying like a physical thing that I can sell to somebody else for almost the same amount as that I bought it for, you know? I don't know. That's my. Somebody will be in the comments like, well, they probably won't because this is Dark Souls, but this and that about digital, and you're wrong, and this and that. And that's the other thing about. I'm going to say this probably in the Gems of War video, but I don't mind people like correcting me, but it gets to a point sometimes. Some people dance along that line. Nobody that watches this does, but the Gems of War, there's a couple people. You ever been out with like your brother or your best friend or whatever, and you know there's girls, guys around, you know, you're having fun or whatever, and your bro says something and you know it's not right, and you don't correct him in front of everybody? Come on, that's a, you know, if it's not a big deal, why would you? If your brother's like 4 + 4 is 9, and you know it's not, you know it's 8, but everybody else couldn't, you know, doesn't know either way, why would you go, nuh-uh, dude, it's 8? That's the punk move, dude. That's a punk move. You should not embarrass your best friend, your brother, in front of other people, whether you know the right answer or not, just to prove you know more than that person. Who cares? That person's got your back. Like, don't correct them in front of people. Even spouses will do it sometimes. You know you got a good spouse when they don't correct you in front of other people. Like, that's annoying. Making you look stupid. Why? You gotta live with that person. You gotta. That's your best friend or that's your brother. Like, why would you correct them and make them look stupid? That's how I feel sometimes in the comments. Like, if you go through my videos and just pick apart every single thing I say, this is wrong, 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 this is wrong. Nobody likes that. And you probably don't have any friends either, because you're going around saying you're wrong about everything and pointing it out in front of other people. That's your problem then. If you don't have very many friends, or a girlfriend, or whatever you like, that might be the problem if you do that. Stop doing that. It doesn't, as long as it doesn't matter, like if it's life or death, and they say something wrong, then yeah, and you can just say it, whisper it. You don't have to go, hey everybody, this guy's wrong. It's actually this. I can prove it. No, dude. Who does that? It's just like there's other, I know I'm not even talking about the game at this point, but most people probably don't even care. You'll be at work or whatever, and you're working and like, you know, you got people you like, people you don't like. I do it either way, whether I like you or not, but say somebody like bumps their head on something and they look around, did anybody see that? And I saw it. I'll act like I did not see it. I will act like I did not see it. 100%. I'm not gonna say, ha ha, you bumped your head, everybody look at him, he bumped his head. Ha ha. No, dude, I just act like I didn't see it, and they remember that, and they respect it, and it doesn't matter sometimes at places like work where it's all political and shit, and nobody cares, but like, people will appreciate that if you do that kind of stuff. You don't always have to point out when people are wrong, or bump their head, or crap their pants, or whatever. Like, oh, I know you crapped your pants, I'm gonna go tell everybody. That's like a punk move, you know? Next time you do anything, I'm gonna say it to as many people as I can then, if you're gonna be like that. Or I probably just won't go around you anymore. And that's what happens. If you're like that all the time, people don't want to go around you. Because they know if they slip up a little bit, you're gonna be a punk in front of everybody. And there's people that love to do that. They love to do that. I don't know why. And then you do it to them and they get pissed off and they want to fight you. I don't know why I got off on that tangent. Oh, because of some comments. Which I think I'm going to do a reading comments video for the Gems of War. Anyway, I think I'm about to speed this up because I'm going backwards in the level to get some items, and I know there's this one item you get from sliding down these caskets here, and you gotta slide off and to the right. And I keep forgetting which one it is, that's why I died there. This part's hard too, with these two skeletons right here on this precarious ledge. Like, this crap is hard. If you can't kill one of them pretty quick or get behind them like that, it's decently hard. Because two of these guys, like, knocking you around on a ledge, and they don't die very easy. You gotta hit them like 3 times. That's a tough part right there. When you first get here, I'd recommend just running by them and sliding down this. But this is it right here. I'm gonna speed it up because we've already seen this, I think, like twice, or at least once. So I'm gonna start speeding it up from here just because you're gonna see this over and over. And now that I know that it doesn't chipmunk my voice, I can just talk like normal. The only time it does chipmunk your voice is if you speed it up. If you do live commentary and then you speed it up. But this is ×2 because we're just going back and trying that slide again. So it takes a minute to get back there. But at least you get to see how to do it. If you get to the first bonfire in the Tomb of the Giants, you gotta run up here, flip off there, go down here, go across that, slide down 1, slide down 2, and it's the third one. So now we're on, I think, ×4, because I missed. And I don't know why it's skipping like that. I tried to do smooth. But, you know, go across here, slide down 1, slide down 2, and here's number 3, and you just got to get all the way on the right. Just all the way. You got to trust it, do it. It's the third one, the third slide. And it's just a humanity. I was like, come on, man. That's like borderline worth it. That was borderline worth it. That humanity was borderline worth it. Like, humanity is good, but I don't know if it was worth trying for 4 attempts or whatever it was, 3 attempts. This room is super dangerous. Super dangerous. You could use like a bow and arrow or some ranged to try to kill some of these guys. But first of all, it's an enclosed area with like 4 or 5 big skeletons. So you know it's going to take at least 2, 3, 4 hits to kill them. They're going to hit you pretty hard, kill you in 2, 3 hits. And there's 4 or 5 of them in this small area, like the size of a bedroom. And it's dark, it's really dark, and it's hard to get out. There's one little ladder. So what I would recommend is jumping over this hole here. I did not do that. Or, okay, so it's a combination. I jump down, and I almost die. See? Ooh, if he would have got me there. Luckily, I flip away, heal up, still get nailed by another guy. See, there's 2 over there. There's like 3 over there. There's like 5 of these skeletons. There's at least 4. At least 4. 100%. And you gotta... Sometimes you just gotta run away, and I got lucky that I got out of there in time. Heal up. But you can jump across that gap, and maybe use your bow and arrow, or like pyromancy, or throwing items to pick off at least 1 or 2, because it's pretty difficult if you leave all of them alive. There's like 3 on this side of the room, and then there's like 2 by the Ember, so... I mean, there's 1 dead. I can count them, I guess. 1. It's 1 dead. I think there's 4 in here, maybe. I'm gonna guess. Large Divine Ember. I forget to look at it, but it's because I'm so busy killing these guys. But that's how you get your divine weapons to, like, I don't know, at least plus 10. Ooh, I staggered them. Nice. Staggers when they, like, get stunned for a second. It's really nice because it lets you hit them again. So that was 2, right? So I guess there's only 4. It seems like there's 5. Believe me. Because they're, like, almost linked. You jump in, 2 are going to attack you right away. A third one is pretty close if you run at all. And then another one is by the Ember. Soul of a brave warrior. Yes, they must have been brave to come in here. This is a... I almost die in here almost every time. Most of the time I actually jump the hole. I'll show you here in a second how to do that. And I just try to kill at least 1 or 2 with like bow and arrow or whatever, fire bombs. You can't poison them, so you have to like hit them a million times with arrows. But here, jump this gap, and it just gives you better angles, or lets you like go straight for the Divine Ember. There's not anything up here. It doesn't like help. The only thing it helps doing this is getting angles on them for throwing or shooting, or dropping in by the Ember and like GTFO, you know? And that, good luck with that, because there's 2 big skeletons standing right next to the, that hand was patting my shoulder. I didn't even see that. Look at it, another hand. But this part's hard, so be careful. I'm lucky I didn't die in there. I think my quota was already up from earlier. Falling off the edge a couple times. You noticed nothing like killed me. It was all me falling off the edge. I mean, you could say that they knocked me off the edge the one time, but... Alright, let's reverse hollow. I don't like being hollow because, like I've said before, it depends if you're online or offline, but if you're offline, might as well be human all the time, because there's no reason, unless you don't want to face NPC invaders. Being hollow is like, if you're online, then people can invade you if you're human. So if you're online, being hollow is safer. But then you can't use the NPC co-op partners. Or real co-op partners. So it's like a give and take. But usually being hollow the whole time is safer, because people will be invading you every chance they can get, especially when the game first comes out and everything. You know how it is. If it's been 10 years since the game came out, then you're probably not going to get invaded very much. These things are rough. How I used to deal with them, I would throw pyromancy at them, but I don't know why. I brought this guy over here, and then he hits Patches. Patches thinks it was me. Or it probably was me. But it was an accident. So this is a big noob move. Letting the enemies attack the NPC. See, it was just like incidental. I didn't mean to.
If that's the way it is, you silly little bastard. Well, I've had enough of you, you lousy good-for-nothing. Wallow in your spit.
So, if it had been any other attack, I don't think he would have done that. But since I hit him so hard, because you can just barely tap him and they'll give you a warning, usually. But he's dead. He just went in his own pit. I didn't even mean to do that. I didn't really want to knock him down there, because now I got to go all the way down there just to get whatever he drops. So I'm going to have to kill all those things again, so sorry about this part. It's a lot of retracing my steps to get items. So now I got to kill these guys again, which kind of annoying. They flail around quite a bit, so you can't just knock them down. Got to kind of hit them, run away, come back, hit them. I mean, you can sometimes, but yeah, so in the next part, hoping we get to Nito and beat him. I'm probably going to just do a whole hour if I have to get through it. If we're going to be playing Final Fantasy VII soon, that's going to be crazy. I don't know how I'm going to do that. I hope everybody watches that voted. That's the, you know, there was at least like 40 people that voted for it. So I want to see at least 40 views on every video, which isn't even a lot. Like triple that, probably. I'll be probably irritated if we don't get at least 100 views a video on the Final Fantasy VII, because it's so expensive. But it is something, like, I won't regret it. The only thing I'll be kind of irritated about is, like, having to buy the more, you know, when the other parts come out. And then, like, can I buy it right away? Am I gonna have to wait a while? Yeah. If I play the first part now, or, you know, in a month or so, and then the second part comes out, like, while I'm playing the first part, and then it costs, like, 50, 60 bucks, and then, like, it takes me forever to beat the first part because I'm only playing it, like, once a week for, like, 30 minutes or whatever, an hour at the most. You know? Like, by the time I get around to the second part, it's gonna be, like, a year old. And, you know, do I have money at the time when the second part comes out? Do we play something else in between? Do I forget what happened in the first part? Like, I don't know. It's probably the you know how it is. You put up 5 choices, and people pick the most difficult one. Costs the most money. It's the most difficult to make videos for. You know. But I understand, because Gems of War is an RPG type game, but so is Dark Souls. And that doesn't help anything. Dark Souls is an action RPG with, like, horror elements. There's stats. He almost knocked me down, but I think even if I fell down there, I'd be fine, because I think there's something under that. But yeah. I keep telling myself, yeah, well, Final Fantasy VII, it is an RPG. Like, maybe they will watch it. But so is Dark Souls. That I just now thought. Oh yeah, Dark Souls is an RPG too. They're not watching that. So, am I gonna buy a freaking $60 game and invest a year into it for like 50 views an episode? Or on the other hand, it's a brand new game. It's an RPG. It's a very popular game. Maybe I'll get more views than Gems of War on it. Like, you see, when Tacit plays Animal Crossing, that has like nothing to do with Gems of War. And he gets like way more views. He should play that game every day. And that's what's happening sometimes, you know? Some people are playing different games. Like, they quit Gems of War because other things are either a bigger passion or get more views or whatever. Which I think Gems of War gets enough to where you would never have to quit. Only thing I'm sort of worried about is PS5 coming out. And, you know, some people are going to get it, and they're not going to keep playing Gems of War. Would you keep playing Gems of War if you got a PS5? Like, who's going to do that? Not very many people. Maybe a couple. You can say you would or wouldn't, but you never know till you got that thing. What's on that, you know? PS5. What if there's something better than Gems of War? I think you can flip down there or jump down there and go to a secret spot, but you know, not take forever doing it. Not take a whole hour just to get to the freaking second bonfire of the level. That was my goal. Like, I'm gonna at least get to this second bonfire before I quit recording. But yeah, like, once the PS5 comes out, which somebody said it's like in 6 months, I didn't really pay super duper attention. I think my boy Pro Survivor 1234 told me that. Which, go subscribe to him if you're not, just as a favor to me. He's in my featured channels, top one. Real life person. What was I saying? PS5, you know? What's gonna happen when that comes out, you know? Can you imagine the games? And if you got the money to get that, you're not going to keep playing Gems of War. I don't care what you say. There's no way. There'll be something else on there that you would dedicate your time to. Frightful occult shield defends against divine weapons and lightning. In an ill-fated plot to destroy the very gods, the followers of the occult once attempted to steal the power of Gravelord Nito, the first of the dead. But yeah, I'm worried about that too, so that's why I'm playing. That's why I'm asking you guys, what other games do you play? That's why I'm doing Dark Souls once or twice a week. That's why I'm going hard on Gems of War right now, while I can. That's why I'm maybe thinking about getting Final Fantasy VII or something else. I'm definitely going to get Sekiro. Like, I'm trying to branch out, play different games, because what if we lose half of our player base to PS5 or something? Xbox Series, whatever. Whatever, you know what I mean? Just because you play Gems of War now, what if somebody gives you a PS5? You don't know. Maybe Santa Claus will bring you a PS5. And yeah, and that's what I'm talking about, like 6 to like a year from now. How is this channel going to look with Gems of War? You know? How long can Gems of War sustain? It's been since 2014 already. That's a long time. But we haven't seen other systems come out in that time. You know what I mean? Except for, like, Nintendo. And they put it on there, so that was a good sign. But are they going to keep putting it on new systems when it's just a puzzle matching 3 game? Like, I don't know. So I'm worried about it. I'm worried about my channel. I need to do as much as I can. Tell your guild. Watch my playlists, please, while you sleep. Comment, like, share as many people as you can, because I got like a year, and that's why I get frustrated sometimes, because I feel like I feel like it. I do. I feel like I got like a year to give it my best shot, and that's it. And it's more than just that. It's more than just the PS5 and all that, and Gems of War. It's more than just that. It's other things too. Like, I feel like I got about a year left to make it happen or not, you know? And it's happening, it's just happening slowly. But watch all those playlists, like, share, subscribe, hit join if you can. It's $1.99, really appreciate it. But if you're watching this, really appreciate you. Thank you, peace.